It's white to play and position looks completely draw. Although white do have extra 2 pawns on the board, but the position is completely symmetrical. White doesn't have an advantage of this 2 extra pawn. So white decided to put the attack on the queen on the pawn with pawn to f6. And this is where black start the attack with the interference with queen to e5. This does look silly to you. Here queen is threatening queen to a1 check, which is actually dangerous. But black put one more attack on the king with pawn to f7, king to f8. Now the pawn is defended. White queen and white rook is defending each other. So white doesn't left with any good movable option. If king try to slide with king to b1, then queen to b2 is checkmate. So white cannot shift his king to the b1. If king goes to the d1, then rook slide backs on the h2. And now again there is a checkmate. There is checkmate threat with queen to a1. So to block that, idea number one is to shift the king towards the c1. But again blunder, queen to b2 is check. King have to slide back. a1 check, queen blocks, queen takes queen is checkmate. So shifting with the king doesn't work. One more idea is to block with the rook to f2. And here black have a chance to grab the free rook. Black have extra rook on the board. And if that doesn't work, if queen is asking for the exchange and try to stop the a1 check, then black start attack with queen to e2 check. King slide back to the c1, rook to h1 check, rook blocks and rook take rook is check, queen blocks and rook takes the queen is checkmate. So stopping it with the queen doesn't work. From the beginning, instead of king, if queen is asking for the exchange with queen to c3, then rook to e1 check, king clear cut have option either c2 or the b2. If he goes to the c2, then queen to e2 check. Here option queen can block or king can slide back on the b3 square. If king goes to the b3, then queen to d1 check. It's not only check, but attack on the rook, and king don't have left with any move. Of course, he do have a move like king to b2 or the a2. But if he goes to the b2, then queen to b1 is the checkmate. No b2, no a2. If queen try to blocks, then black will win the rook and again check on the board. So to avoid all of that, after queen to e2 check, if queen try to block, then black will take pawn on c4 check. Rook try to block, then a2 check, king d3, queen to d5 check, king goes back. And now again, black is controlling very beautiful diagonal with queen to e6. Here, you think white have a chance to grab the free pawn on the c7 square. The threat is black can easily pin the queen. So to avoid that, if kings come in front of the queen with king to d3, then black queen to e4 is a checkmate. So king can't go out from there. And if king goes to the b2, well, it doesn't matter because rook to e2 is actually pinned. And now white have to sacrifice its queen. So one simple pawn push and white position is completely lost. Subscribe to our channel for more informative video related to chess.